What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode. Hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and share the video. Hit the join button and become a member. Wow! Members get exclusive content. Hit the bell icon on my channel so that you'll receive a notification every time that I drop a video, and you can go and check the video out. Let's get into it. Part 3 of the war with the Southsiders and Wayside. As I said, the war lasted around a month or so, perhaps a little bit more. And I'm bringing you now the third riot. This happened all within a week. So there's more to come because the war lasted for a month. Much more transpired after this situation right here. But in this situation, well, the second riot had just kicked off. And the blacks kicked it off. The blacks were indeed, for the first, second, third, or fourth time, the aggressors in this here riot because they wanted Front Street off the face of the earth and certainly out of Wayside. Again, the blacks had decided that wasn't going to happen. So we had no choice but to kick it off. As I've told you on many of occasions. If one faction has a problem with another and they ask you to remove that person and you do not, for whatever reason, it's going to go up. We knew this, so we went up first. I was young, but quickly beginning to grasp the politics. And as I said, they took some people out the dorm after the second riot and took them like to a whole nother floor. Like say we was on the 800 floor, they took them to the 700 floor. I explained why they do this sort of stuff after a riot. They want to sort of quell things and bring people in that was not involved. So they don't have beef with so-and-so and so-and-so. It's nothing personal. And they took, I don't know, 20% of the dorm out, Southsiders and blacks, and brought some other ones in. Nevertheless, when they brought the other ones in, however, they left me and Front Street in the dorm. I don't know if this was deliberate or not, because the police was not necessarily aware of the fact that me and Front Street were the targets or the problem or whatever, that we were the aggressors. But they probably knew. There was a lot of snitching going on even then. So perhaps they left us in the dorm knowing that the Southsiders would eventually and soon try to attack us. Because now two riots then kicked off. They wanted Front Street gone before the first riot. Certainly after the first riot, and now a second one. And they already view him as a loose cannon. And I'm quickly becoming someone in their eyes that they want to get rid of as well. I know this. One time, the young homie Cat from 9-7 Gangsta in 1998 and 99 in the county jail got into it with the Southsiders, and it took them 2 months to catch up to him. It was a whole different group of Southsiders. He was getting on a bus transferring to prison when they attacked him at like 4 in the morning. A whole different group attacked him while he was handcuffed. They'd never forget, bro, and they spread word. They have their system of communication. I was quickly finding this out, and I wasn't about to take any chances. I said, these dudes gonna try to get my ass because we didn't kick off a second riot. And again, they are used to being the aggressors. It's okay for them to pummel upon us and kick it off with us for whatever reason or no reason. But the minute you respond and now you kick it off with them, somehow you're a troublemaker. Something's not right. What the hell ever. So when the new blacks come in the dorm, me and Front Street and the other blacks that were there in the riot explained to them what had went on. We explained to them that it's not that we are troublemakers and want to keep this thing going. However, there is a war that's brewing right now. We must go on the attack again. Because if we do not, they will attack me and they will attack Front Street, and it's coming fast. They are having sinister machinations right now. They want to attack us right now. They're just plotting and planning the perfect moment to do it. Of this, I have absolutely no doubt. They want me gone. They want Front Street gone, and they are coming. I won't be sitting there waiting on them to attack me. I've never believed in that shit. Even then, no sir. So I told the other blacks, if we don't go up, it's gonna go up anyway. They gonna attack me in Front Street, which means y'all got to get involved anyway. It's just that we're not gonna have the upper hand. Because we're gonna be on the defensive. We let them attack us first, and we don't know when it's coming. Yeah, we can stay ready. You ain't got to get ready and all. Man, we don't know when this shit coming. I don't even feel comfortable going to sleep in this dorm anymore. They had us on bunk status. As I told you before, it just means that a couple people can be off their bunk at one time. Just 2 people. And this went on for a few days because now the authorities are really, a bit worried. It's been a second riot just in a matter of a couple of days. Someone's in here kicking off these riots. They don't know what's going on. They can certainly see that the blacks were the aggressors in this second riot, and you can even say in the first. And they are certainly unaccustomed to this. So they're trying to get a handle on the situation and a handle on what's going on. Certainly he put us on bunk status and said, y'all keep y'all ass there for a little while till we figure out what's going on. We do not want another riot kicking off right now. But really, in other words, they didn't want blacks kicking off another riot because the Southsiders had been in there kicking off riots for months, daily, and it was okay. No big deal. But the minute that the blacks kicked it off, there needs to be a big old investigation. Okay, so they had us on bunk status. So me and Front Street, and not just me and Front Street. Again, I'm not a hero, and neither is Front Street. All of the blacks were involved in the riot. It's not me and Front Street that kicked it off. It wasn't me and Front Street against the 100 Mexicans that was in the dorm. It was all of the blacks and all of the Mexicans. And so everyone was telling the new blacks that had come into the dorm, this is what's going on. This is how it's going to have to be, bro. We going to go back up because it's going up anyway. It's not over. So we might as well be the aggressors. They've been the aggressors forever. It's time for us to start. The only contemplation was whether or not to send word to the other dorms. I wanted to send a kite around. Again, a kite is just a message, a letter, something that you write down on a piece of paper and you send it through to the receiver. And I wanted to let the blacks know in every dorm what was going on and that it's about to go up again and that they need to be the aggressors. We're going to kick it off down here in this dorm. When y'all hear the rumbling, it's because we kicked it off. Don't wait on the Southsiders to attack y'all at that point. As soon as y'all hear us going up, we're going to give y'all the day at least that we're going to go up. Perhaps not the specific time, but we're going to give you the day. And when you hear it, when we go up, when we send you the signal, y'all take off first. All of the blacks need to go up, need to be the aggressors, need to go on the attack, on the offensive in every dorm. I was hesitant and reluctant to send this word because I didn't want the kite to be intercepted. It might make it to the first dorm, the second, perhaps even the third. On its way to the fourth dorm, the police done got a hold of the kite. And now they coming to get me in Front Street or something out the dorm, taking us to the hole, and we can't even get ours in. So I was hesitant, and I didn't know about that. But I felt like it was important, for one, for the blacks to know what was going on, why it was kicking off, and why it was about to kick off again, that me and Front Street were targets, and that y'all gonna have our back on this. Because they about to try to get us now. So y'all with us or what? Y'all gonna let them get us or what? And I also needed to let them know, because I needed to let them know, all of the blacks in the dorm needed to let the other blacks know the importance of being the aggressors. Do not wait to be attacked. That we need to send a message that we're not doing that anymore. That y'all keep attacking us, we're about to start attacking y'all out of nowhere. You're not gonna know when it's coming, where it's coming from, why it's coming. None of, just like we don't know none of this shit. We're about to reverse course, turn this shit around. Do to y'all what y'all have been doing to us. See how you like it. But it's about to start happening. Y'all been kicking it off forever. No, it's about to start going up, and we are going to be the aggressors. We some strong dudes, some strong thugged out gang members in there at that time. Strong dudes. Again, just needed a little guidance. Eventually, it was decided upon to go ahead and send the kite around. And if the police looked like they was coming in the dorm to get us because somebody done ratted us out, we still gonna get off. When the police started lining up outside the bars, like they're about to come inside the dorm, we getting off anyway. So it was still gonna go up. So we said, okay, cool. Let's send a kite around. So we sent it around to the other blacks. Let them know what the plan was. As we're sitting there on bunk status for a couple of days or so, me and Front Street and other blacks are receiving sinister looks. I'm not liking the vibe at all. And so I began to get a little nervous and a little antsy. And I told the blacks it was time to attack today. That after dinner, we're getting off. We all gonna get off our bunks at the same time. Because again, they had us on bunk status. And just take off on the nearest Mexican next to you. That's how this shit gonna go. Everyone agreed. And there was a couple of people that seemed a little nervous, but they understood the importance, bro. And they had been involved in riots anyway, nervous or not. You're gonna get attacked anyway. Either you're gonna attack or you're gonna get attacked. Either way, you're gonna be involved. So you might as well go on the damn attack. And that's what we did. After dinner, me and Front Street got up first off the bunks. And then all of the blacks got up. And me and Front Street first attacked the nearest Mexican. We did. We got off on them. And yeah, we packed them out. We wanted to. And the rest of the blacks got up and just started getting off everywhere, bro. It was rumbling and tumbling up in there. And then about 4 Mexicans got on Front Street and about 4 of them got on me. We were targets anyway, like I said. And one of them, they was trying to poke me, bro. They had a little piece trying to poke me. But I had a piece as well. And I was trying to poke back. But the blacks quickly caught on and saw what they were trying to do with me and Front Street, and they quickly assisted us, quickly came to our aid. Even while we were on bunk status, when I did go to sleep a couple of times, I only went to sleep a couple of times in like the 2 or 3 days we was on bunk status before this shit kicked off again. The blacks, it was some blacks that was keeping cover right there, even at 3 and 4 in the morning. When I would go to sleep, they'd be right there by my bunk and Front Street's bunk with weapons, bro. Like 5 blacks was keeping cover on us. It was a proud moment for me. Some of them, it's like I only had a homie or 2 in the dorm. These were dudes from different neighborhoods, bloods, it didn't matter. They had my back, we were all together. And I appreciated that, still do to this damn day. Because I'm convinced, man, it had got that serious that I might not be here. They would have got me. They was trying to get me. They wanted me gone. They wanted Front Street. If the blacks didn't support us, it'd have been big trouble for us. But they had our back strongly. They had their own backs strongly. They had race pride. And we jumped off and we kicked it off, and 4 Mexicans about got on me and was trying to poke me. And I was swinging my thing back at them. Front Street also had a weapon, as did pretty much every black in the dorm. This was the worst riot of all. this was a vicious one, bro. Because we had the luxury of planning ahead, and that did give us a decided advantage, which is why I preach it so much. I'm convinced about it, going on the offensive, and how much it can save your damn life, and the reasons why it can save your life. I've explained it. And I was cultivating, that mindset right then and there at that time. And I certainly have it at this juncture. And, all the blacks had weapons because they were pissed off that they had been getting attacked for months for no reason. Once I told them, how does this make sense? That they want Front Street gone, we can't do nothing to them. He had an argument with them and they want him gone, but they attacking our ass for nothing. And we ain't pushing no line on, man, no. And the blacks like, they've been getting us, bro. They hadn't thought about it like that. That's all. They didn't understand how it was a psychological war as well as a physical war, as is the case in America. And once they understood it, they was pissed. So they had weapons. Yes, we were the aggressors. The Southsiders also had many weapons, of course. They knew it was coming. Probably didn't know exactly what time. Either it was coming from us or it was about to come from them. They was about to attack us, for sure. No doubt. So it's not like they was just unprepared and got caught slipping. 2 riots that just happened in the dorm within the last week or so. So everyone was on edge. Everyone was on point. That's why they quickly produced their weapons when it kicked off. You start seeing them reaching, going to their bunks, going to their lockers, grabbing shit. They was ready. And it went up, bro. It got kind of ugly. One black did get poked up. A couple of Southsiders got stabbed in there. Because most of the time, these riots and Wayside at this time did not involve weapons. It just kicked off. Now and then, a Southsider will have a weapon, though, and will poke a black. Excuse me. And oftentimes, the blacks didn't have weapons or were not prepared to use weapons, didn't really want to use weapons. Again, just believing that, they can just knock out 5 Southsiders and all of this and that and didn't need a damn weapon. Wasn't really trained in warfare. But, I understood the importance of weapons, and I know how much the Southsiders always carry weapons and are not reluctant or hesitant to use it there in prison or the Los Angeles County Jail. So I knew that it was important that we had weapons, man, and that we sent that message that we just don't use weapons often unnecessarily, but we will. It's not because we are afraid. We'll use these weapons. We use weapons on the street. We unalive one another all the damn time with weapons. So we will use them. We just don't want to. It's not really in our nature. But when backed against a wall, like we have been in this country forever, we will come out swinging. So weapons were involved, bro. We had weapons and we went on the attack. And when me and Front Street attacked the first Southsider that we saw, yes, it was weapons involved. They responded with weapons and tried to poke me. They did poke me up a little bit. They scratched me on my arm. They tried to poke me, but I was blocking it and swinging my thing. And it took a while, and it went up in every dorm. It's going up. And we did find out that the blacks were the aggressors in every dorm. They went up, they attacked. And some of them were bloody situations. And this was the worst riot. Because again, most of these riots did not involve weapons of any kind at all by anyone. Sometimes there was a weapon involved. Oftentimes it would be isolated. Just 1 or 2 Southsiders had produced a weapon and did something with it. Oftentimes it was just mano a mano in these riots. But for everyone to have weapons and be stabbing each other inside of the dorm, well, this was new for the police. And they understood that this thing was snowballing. that a war was indeed on their hands. And they were thinking, what the hell are we going to do to stop this now? Because now blacks and Southsiders have been poked upon and bleeding. And someone is going to want revenge. That's true. It did not end there. It took a while for the police to get a hold and a handle on the situation. With every dorm being involved, and now weapons involved, and medical, they only have so much medical staff there, so many nurses. They have to go to every dorm and tend to the people who have been wounded. All kind of people going to the hospital. 10 people out of each dorm. How can they? They were overwhelmed. Wayside was overwhelmed by it all. How can they get a handle on this? Because again, they can't put you in the hole. This is every dorm that's going up. All they can do is put you back on bunk status. That's not going to stop much of anything when it's a war. No one's going to listen and stay on their bunks. You're going to get up and kick it off. So, after they finally did get a hold of the situation, and it took hours upon hours, and sent us all back to our bunks, whoever didn't get sent out leaking. And they came around looking to see who had wounds, taking off your clothes, see if you got stabbed up. If so, you're out of there, sending you to medical, and you ain't really coming back to the dorm. And I was trying to hide the little wound I had on my arm where they had poked me. And I cleaned it up because I wanted to stay. Because I knew it was a war now, that it was about to keep going up. And I wanted to be there for my people. I was willing to die at this point, bro. I wasn't going anywhere. And so when they came around and they were checking for wounds, I told them I was fine. They didn't really catch it. If they did, they just let it go. Said, go and keep your big old bad ass in here then. They'll get you sooner or later, yeah. If I don't get them first. Even when I went to Wayside in 2016, the police there said that they knew about me and the situations that had transpired back in 1994, and that they didn't want me to come into the dorm starting any trouble. They have it documented. It's reported. It's still on my record. That's how serious the situation was some 30 years ago. And well, after everything had calmed down, and they switched up the dorm some more. The question was, what the hell were we going to do at that point? The answer for me was a simple one. They certainly are about to try to attack us in a strong way, bro. I know the Southsiders somewhat. They're not going to accept this. They're not. Even though we ain't really did anything wrong. But it's just that we were the aggressors. And they constantly, in that situation, wanted to be the aggressors. So I knew they was going to have to keep on kicking off in order for me to save my life. Because if not, they were coming for us. And so they put us back on bunk status once again. But it did not end there. There was still work to be done and a message to be sent to anyone and everyone. At this point, the gloves were off and the blacks no longer cared. We became unruly even with the police. Oh, I'll get into it. But it kicked off again. Another riot. That was the third one. But it wasn't over. A war had begun. People wanted bloodshed. People wanted revenge. People were pissed off. People wanted to send a message. And so no one wanted to be the ones to say that we lost or were calling for a peace treaty. Not first anyway. So it must continue then. And that's what it did. Because just a few days later, there was yet another riot in Wayside. Yeah. This one too, spoiler alert, was vicious and bloody. And well, they did attack me pretty good that time. But it didn't end there. I'll get into it. It's coming up. The life I've lived. In the meantime, stay free, people.